All right, this is Monday, week 5. That there roller coaster was the excitingest ride I has ever been on. That there doesn't really sound great. The problem is you just have the extra word there. Just get rid of there. Okay. Capitalize that, obviously. So that roller coaster was the excitingest ride I has ever been on. Excitingest. So there has to be something done there. How do we change that to not the excitingest? What they're trying to say is it was the most exciting ride. It was the most exciting ride. What they tried to do is they tried to add est and put it in the superlative form. And you don't need to do that when you have more than one syllable, like exciting. When you have more than one syllable, you add more or most. In the superlative form, it'd be most. So it was the most exciting ride I has ever been on. Whenever you have I, you want to go ahead and go with I have. I have ever been, B-E-E-N, I have ever been on. You could put an exclamation mark here, or you could go with a period. Either way is probably fine there. It depends on how the speaker would say it. Number 2, as her friend boarded the bus, she waved goodbye sadly. Just as we've been working on with dependent clauses and independent clauses, we have as her friend boarded the bus. Right there's a dependent clause. So, comma, she waved goodbye sadly. So we have our dependent, as she boarded the bus, and our independent, she waved goodbye sadly. That would also be a complex sentence. Capitalize the A for as. Some other things you could change there. Boarded should be B-O-A. That's the type of board they're talking about there with boarded. And then with goodbye, you could do two things to goodbye. That is not correct. To have a space is not correct. Now, you could put a hyphen for goodbye. That'd be fine. You could also just bring it together for goodbye too. Either way is actually okay for the word goodbye. Number 3, Carmen and I like computer games, but Andy doesn't. Pretty simple here. You had to circle the coordinating conjunctions. You have 2 independent clauses here, making a compound sentence, by the way. Carmen and I like computer games. Andy doesn't. So our coordinating conjunctions are and, because it puts Carmen and I together, and then also but, because but connects the sentences together, the compound sentence, to make it a compound sentence. Number 4, we're looking at comparative and superlative form. This book is a lot blank interesting than the one I read, the last one I read. So you're only comparing this book to the last book, so it does stay in comparative form. Since the word is interesting, it's more than 2 syllables, so you want to go with the more or the most. In comparative form, it's more. So your answer is more interesting. This book is a lot more interesting than the last one I read. Finally, number 5, the judge and jury were already in their seats. It said you had to find the antecedent to the pronoun, and the underlined pronoun was there. There's the pronoun. So I talked about antecedents before. What do you do? What are antecedents? It's what the pronoun's talking about. So if we say there, well, who's the pronoun talking about? Their seats? It was the judge and jury. So judge and jury are our antecedents to the pronoun there. That is all for Monday, week 5. Go ahead and write down one thing you learned on the back of your sheet.